Jesus, speaking of the last days, said, "And this gospel will be preached in all the world, as a witness to all the nations, and then the end will come." When we consider that 2,000 years ago, many nations, including the Americas, were not yet discovered, it is remarkable that Jesus made such a shocking declaration. Only since the 1980s has the fulfillment of this prophecy been possible. Through the deployment of global communication satellites and other communication technology, the gospel is indeed being preached to every nation.
It is interesting in the book of Revelation how John saw an angel flying through the midst of the heaven, having the everlasting gospel. And he is proclaiming this gospel to all the world. Now, it isn't too far-fetched to look at the satellite network that we have established for worldwide communication and realize now that we can communicate worldwide through these satellites that are flying through the midst of heaven, whereby a man who controlled the world could guide and govern the activities of the world, as well as the gospel being preached to all nations and to all people through these satellite networks. It is interesting that the Bible tells us that there will be 2 witnesses that God will send, and they will be slain in Jerusalem, and the whole world will see their bodies lying in the streets of Jerusalem. This again would have been an impossibility if we had not had the worldwide communication systems through satellites, where an event can happen in Jerusalem and we can be sitting in our living rooms and watching that event take place. And yet, the prophecy, as far-fetched as it seemed, is now a very practical reality.